Hey everyone, it's Venom. Today I've got a quick video over a new play space accessory that I'm really excited to show you. If you've never heard of Proximat, these guys have a very promising future with a series of products that will probably be a game changer for anyone aiming to compete in VR. So before I get into it, I want to talk about what I started with and how it compares to the leaderboard mat that they sent me to test and review. The first mat I used was a rug on my living room floor. It was better than nothing since when I stepped off, I was aware that I was leaving my play space, but being on a hardwood floor, it often shifted around and I constantly had to redraw the Guardian. Eventually I moved to a fully carpeted room and a rug probably wouldn't have helped much, so I ordered some fitness mats from Amazon, but they had the same issue with before, causing them to slide around. Duct tape seemed to be the only solution, but meant the mat was permanently stuck in the middle of my room. It was also pretty comfortable to stand on, but after about an hour I could definitely start feeling some fatigue. They also were not very durable at the edges. They started to wear out, and whenever I set my chair on them to watch some game film, it would just kind of leave marks in place of where the legs were. Now, I could probably get by with using those mats. I could compete, I would know where my play space was, and wouldn't risk hitting anything except my ceiling. But the game changed when I got this package from Proximat. Now, I'm not saying that this thing is going to improve your shot or allow you to make saves you couldn't before, but I'm not joking when I can say that I can play far longer on this mat than I could with my previous setups. Let's begin with the issue of sliding. The Proximat by itself is made from some pretty hefty anti-fatigue foam that stays in place on carpet or wood floors already. But if you're concerned about it still shifting around on carpet, it does come with some extra footers that you can attach to the bottom to further secure it in place. So now, one, I was no longer needing to move the mat back into my Guardian every time it shifted, and two, I didn't have a mat permanently duct taped to my bedroom floor. Onto the mat itself, the aesthetics look great. The cut makes it stand out from the typical square mats, and they can even print personal or team logos on top. You'll notice several different buttons spaced out in the corners and middle. These don't actually do anything since they don't press in, but they're meant to be used as guides to let you know where you're stepping on the mat. They were a bit odd to get used to, but I've actually grown to appreciate the way they allow me to feel how close I've stepped to the edge of my play space. If you don't like the way they look or feel, they are easily removable by just pressing them out. Lastly, the durability on this thing is amazing. It's definitely got some weight to it. I've been playing on it for about a month or so and haven't noticed any wear or tear. And whenever my team got together to watch some game film, I would just place my gaming chair directly on top, and once I was done, the lines would be gone overnight. The only downsides that I've found with this mat are that at certain times it would make a direct step to the left or right, and my foot would land halfway off due to the way it's cut. For a game like Echo, you often use most of that 4x4 play space, and an awkward step can sometimes be enough of a distraction to break up a play. That being said, it's still a rare occurrence. Another thing I noticed after I got it set up was that it has a very distinct rubbery smell that does sort of engulf the room for a few days. I think that being what the material is, there isn't much they could do to fix it, but after a little bit it does go away and has no longer been an issue. The last point that I want to make is that this is a premium mat. Currently going for $110 by itself or $140 with a logo printed on it. As a casual VR player, I probably would have a tough time justifying that price, but as a competitive player, spending hours and hours on my feet in VR, I really don't think I could go back to a standard foam mat. This thing is just too comfortable. When you start working up in the ranks, playing at that master tier level, your team may scrim or practice 2 to 3 hours a night, 4 or 5 days a week. It can be a lot of stress on your feet and legs, and if you start winning in the qualifier tournaments, you're often looking at playing 3 or 4 matches in a single day. That could end up being 12 rounds of Echo at 10 minutes a pop, not including warm-up and time in between games. Trust me, that's a lot of time on your feet, and for $110, I honestly see that as worth every penny. With that, I want to thank Proximat for sending this out to me to test and review. Keep an eye out in the next few days for the next video, and I'll see you guys in the arena.